Hello everyone and welcome back to Zack's MRE review channel. As you can see here, we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video here because I put out on the Facebook page asking if anybody would like to see the kind of kits I carry in the trunk of my car on a typical day. I can't say I have these on me 100% of the time because sometimes I don't. I own 3 different vehicles. So, you know, I'm not always switching these around, especially if I'm only using the car for an hour or something like that. But anyway, in my primary vehicle, or if I'm going on a long distance drive, or just going to a situation where I think I'll need this stuff, I'll take all this. But these are the 4 primary things I carry. I also have some other stuff in there. I have a 5-pound ABC dry chem fire extinguisher. I have a set of jumper cables, some ratchet straps, bungee cords, things like that. That's all loose, and I wasn't dragging that in the house right now. But these are the main kits. And I have a 5th kit that I don't carry all the time, and I'll be doing that one in this video too. It's not out here yet because it's bigger. So anyway, to start off with, I mean, this is pretty simple and self-explanatory. Swiss Safe First Aid Kit, 348 items. I picked this up off Amazon. Neither one's a sponsor, obviously, but I got it for $30, between $30 and $40, so it was a good price. And just opening it up quick, I'm not going to pull everything out, obviously, but got a nice selection of different wipes, gloves, roller gauze, different band-aids, things like that. What I like about this, too, is it flips over. We got another side here, kind of keeps things a little more orderly. And here you just have, I added these in. I changed this a little bit for what I think I would need and have needed in the past. But I got a cold compress, a CPR micro shield, popsicle stick finger splints, some Q-tips. That was already in here. 2 bigger roller gauzes, some little medical tapes, 3x3 sterile gauze, 4x4 sterile gauze. Little pair of shears, and that's it. This is a very basic first aid kit, just for little cuts, bee stings, things of that nature. Anything major like hemorrhaging trauma or anything like that, I have some stuff in one of my other kits to deal with that. So this is just basic, everyday, like for my kids, even me, little cut thing. That's it. Excuse me. There's actually a incident the other day at our local swimming pool. Kid hurt himself, and I actually had to bring this into action because they didn't have a good enough first aid kit there. So good thing to always have. So anyway, that's it for that. Next one here is my black case. This one here is just my basically nourishment kit, and pretty simple. Okay, two bottles, 20-ounce bottles of water, 1 Gatorade, and then of course this wouldn't be an MRE review channel if I didn't carry some MREs as well. So I got two full MREs, a small Gatorade, and 2 small waters. Like I said, just enough. I don't where I live and where I travel. There's really nowhere that I'm going to get stranded by myself or with the family for multiple days. Generally, you know, God forbid we get stranded, even in the snow, it'd be just a matter of hours before either I got myself out or somebody got to me. So basically it's just to keep everyone comfortable, make sure everyone has a snack. So that's that. Next up, move this one to the side. Next up is my orange case here. Not much in this, but it's an important thing to have. And that is my gas mask. It's a full face. It's rated a P100, so filters out all particles, 100% of particles under a certain size. I forget all the technical specs on it, but never used, brand new. Just have it in here just in case. You never know. Got the cans for it. Still sealed. some spare parts for it, buckles and such. And then this, I just threw these in here because I didn't know where else to put them when I was outside the other day. This is a pair, pretty simple pair of binoculars. Always good to have. And these have sentimental value. These were my grandfather's that he carried in his car. So my kids found them the other day. I thought I lost them, so I just tossed them in here and didn't bother to move them. That's it for that one. Now for the big guy with a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, it's this guy here. So starting out, let's make sure I don't move it too far. I got a 2-pack of clear face shields to protect your face. Obviously brand new in the pack. One of my bottles of hand sanitizer. So what this thing started out being was like a BSI, for those medical folk who know what BSI is, or body substance isolation kit. Especially with this virus going on, everything else like that, I decided to throw together a BSI kit like we would have on the ambulance, but maybe even a little better, just to have, because you never know. Excuse me. Just get over sinus infection too, so I apologize if my voice sounds funny. I just take a drink off camera here. So anyway, and then I bought a new car, and with trying to save some space and things like that, I kind of condensed down my BSI kit with my emergency kit, my emergency situation kit, and some roadside stuff even. I just ended up getting it all into this one box, make my life a little easier. And when I'm transferring vehicles and stuff, it's easier. But anyway, so that, got a little Right in the Rain notebook. Just always good to have. You never know when you need to take a note of, I mean, anything. Use your imagination. If you get lost, you could even draw yourself a crude map so you can kind of figure out where you were, where you need to go, things like that. You know, get in an accident even, you know, you can write down people's information, license plate numbers, etc. So, anyway, it's limitless. Always good to have. This is a random pack of matches. Had them in the junk drawer, tossed them in there. Got a pair of EMT trauma shears. Always good to have. Cut just about anything. Pair of safety glasses. Got a pair of goggles. These are laboratory grade / medical grade goggles that fully enclose your eyes for splash protection. So you would either wear this or those glasses along with the full face shield to get full protection. Got a bag of masks. Got surgical masks here. Got N95 masks over here. I don't know the exact count on each one, but a couple of each, obviously. Here, this is a companion to my Leatherman tool. So I have a Leatherman Cert? Dang it, I forgot. I think it's a Cert. It's a good one. Actually, hold on, is it in here? Yeah. Here it is. This is my Leatherman tool. Come on, focus on camera. There we go. This is a pretty nice one in the back of the pouch here. This little pouch here, it's got a spare saw blade and a spare file blade. And this is, yeah, it was right, Surge. Leatherman Surge. Love this thing. Bit on the pricey side for a multi-tool. I mean, if you're not looking for anything too fancy, don't go this route. This was like $130 or something like that. So, but it's nice. Nice, as you can see in my hand, it's pretty big, pretty thick. And those changeable blades are for here. Actually, no, sorry, those are scissors. Nice pair of scissors. Nice knife, pretty sharp. And here it is. It's like this is like a tree saw. If you saw like a tree limb or anything like that, use this mechanism down here. You can release that blade and put the spare blade in, or you can put that file in if you need to file metal. That's pretty nice. When you open it up, one of the things I find really nice about this is the cutting teeth in here for the wire cutter. It focuses in. Come on, camera. There, you can see you can remove them. You can actually change them. So if you bend them, you can actually change them out, which is really nice. And then it's got your standard screwdriver, bottle opener type stuff in there. Nothing too major in there, but that's the tool itself. And that brings me back over to the companion here, where this is another file. But also and part of the reason I got this was, this is an accessory kit now. It doesn't come with it normally, but you get a nice set of screwdriver heads for it. So now that multi-tool isn't just a basic screwdriver, it actually becomes a pretty full functional screwdriver. All different types of bits there, which is really nice. And it also came with an extension. So you put that into the tool, and you put your bits and such in there, and you can do your work. Pretty nice, like I said. That's what sold me on it, was all these bits and things. That was nice. It was more than just a basic multi-tool, which I got a ton of basic multi-tools around here. Got way more than I need, actually. Anyway, moving on. Got a glow stick, chem light. These are usually 30 minutes. Oh no, 8 hours, sorry, 8 hour, my bad. Blue. There you go. These are a couple free things I just got in some mail order kits and things like that, so I didn't know what else to do with them, so I just tossed them in here. So it's a little it's a stick, of course. There you go. Just like a pen knife type thing. Don't really need it in here because I have that multi-tool and stuff, but again, don't know what else to do with it right now, so throw it in here. Why not? Got a ferrous rod and steel to make a fire. This actually came in a ration, I believe, that I did. Anyway, here you go, just a free ink pen from a local healthcare system to go with that notebook. Obviously, if you're carrying the notebook, you want to have something to write in it. Next, we got this is a half face respirator. Where in that orange case, I have a full face gas mask. This is a half face respirator with the canisters. These are P100 rated as well. But this is just the mask. Underneath it here's the cans or the filters. And they're rated to NIOSH P100. XP. There you go. Got a set of those. Old headlamp. Strap went bad on it, but it's still a pretty decent light source. So I just tossed it in here. Never have too many flashlights I found. Actually decent ones. Over here, an older pocket knife. I usually carry a newer one on me. This is my old one that rotated out of frontline carry. Spring assist. I like these blades that have a little bit of serration but also smooth and then has that angle. I found that's, in my experience, that's the most useful blade. So, just carry that around. You can see the blade's kind of dinged up and stuff. It's, again, not to my frontline carry. It's a little, another little LED flashlight. I don't know where I got this from. My dad gave it to me. It's a little freebie. Works well enough. And because it's LED, it lasts forever. Both the bulbs and the batteries. So, had to grab something off camera here. So yeah, a lot of times when I get little free things either sent to me or from stores. Like, I don't know if anyone on here is familiar with Harbor Freight, how they give free stuff out. You know, just toss it in here, why not? Most of the time I don't actually need it for the house or anything, so make it into an emergency kit item, you know, why not? Anyway, this is, I have the gel hand sanitizer. This is spray hand sanitizer. It's liquid. Basically, it's alcohol. It's spray alcohol. It's alcohol in a spray bottle, isopropyl alcohol. Just for cleaning up anything, and I find that a little easier with especially my younger kids. They don't always get the idea of working that gel in. So you spray that on, it dries pretty quick, and you know, may not be perfect, but it's definitely better than it would have been. Coming in here, it's got a big wad of black nitrile. They're basically exam gloves. They're what are these? These are 5 mil thick, I believe. So I got those. These are heavier yellow rubber gloves. And they're the industrial kind. These are, I don't know exactly, 7 or 9 mil thick. So they're really heavy duty. These are like what, basically, in a hazmat situation, you would put on a pair of these guys, then slide your hand into these. So these are basically the over gloves. Digging in here, I got just a roll, small roll, of some biohazardous waste bags. I mean, you don't need bio bags. Any garbage bags will do. I carry these for if I have to use any of my isolation equipment and it gets contaminated, you seal it up in this to dispose of. Again, you could use any kind of garbage bag, stuff like that. I just happen to have these laying around my house, so I threw them in. Next up, these are boot covers. Because these are just like you see, geez, I know sometimes mechanics wear them, things like that. They're just little fiber boot covers that go over your shoes or footwear to protect them. Another pair of safety glasses, same as the first pair. I got here a mix of some isopropyl alcohol wipes and just some antibacterial moist wipes. Nothing fancy. I like to carry a mix because even though those red wipes say antibacterial, that's all they are, is antibacterial, I found out. So they won't actually, they're not rated to kill viruses, so you could use that and then use an alcohol wipe and basically cover everything, viruses and bacteria, fungus, etc. So moving on, save some of this stuff for last. Here I have, basically comes packaged like diaper wipes. Well, these are 75% isopropyl alcohol wipes for disinfecting purposes. This is a thermal space blanket, a mylar blanket, just in case. Now this is from the fire department. Firefighters carry these, a rescue wrench. About 15 years ago, when I was going through a firefighting class, I found this at the training site. Nobody claimed it, and it became mine. So that's how I have this, and I've carried it ever since because it's handy. So basically, some of the features is this base is designed basically to turn off a gas main at the gas meter. This portion here is a spanner wrench for tightening or loosening fire hose couplings. Down here, focusing, cooperating with me tonight. There's a little bit in here. I get this damn thing to focus. It's a razor blade, and there's a seatbelt cutter. Then this opens up back here, a little pick. That's to break a window, car window. And then once you unfold it too, you put this on your hose coupling and you get the leverage to work it. And also, this end is like a little pry bar. So you can get in there and pry up whatever you need. So, I mean, it's pretty handy. Again, I only have it because I found it 15 years ago. And it's been here it's been floating around my cars ever since. And when I was an active firefighter, I actually carried that in my coat pocket. So, that then brings us to another firefighting item here. This is a center punch to take out a car window. Got that little point there at the end. You just take this, push it against the glass, you keep pushing, then it'll pow, and it'll fire forward and it'll shatter the glass. So it's a spring-loaded window punch or a center punch. And then I also have my fire service grade seatbelt cutter. It's like what's on that wrench, but this is a little bit bigger, heavier duty, and a little bit easier to use. Grab it and slice your seatbelt right off. Got two more. These are MRE matches. Not sure which one I got them. I think American, I think. I just tossed them in there again, so why waste them? And before I get into these pouches, lastly, this is a DuPont Tychem 2000. This is a what we would term a level B hazmat encapsulation suit. Basically, this covers everything except your face. So the level A suit are those space suits you see that have the clear face visor and everything, and the guy's completely sealed in with an air pack. That's an A. This is a B. This is similar, except my face isn't covered by a hood or anything. There's a hood on this suit that covers my head, but that's it. So I would wear this with that full face respirator I have. And then I would seal around it all the openings with duct tape. So, never know when you need it. And then we get to these, and these are what I was talking about in terms of additional first aid stuff. These are my hemorrhage kits, bleed out kits, whatever term you want to put to them. Basically, this is for gunshot wounds or anything bleeding really bad. And you need to stop that bleeding in order to save their life really quick. That's what these are. Each one's a little bit different in what's in it. So opening up this one, try not to make a big mess. This is a rat tourniquet. I don't really like it, that's why it's in this one. But I got it as part of another kit, and why not? You can never have too many tourniquets. And we have a 4-inch hemorrhage control pressure bandage. So this thing is basically used if you get a big cut or even bullet wound on an arm or leg, slap this on here. It's got long tails of gauze that you wrap around and you can tie it nice and tight. Stop the bleeding. I have, because you can never have enough of these, just for safety reasons mainly, another small CPR micro shield. Another pair. These are a little fancier. They're all blacked out. A pair of trauma shears. It's a bag of medical grade nitrile rubber gloves. A couple pairs at least, about 3 pairs I'd say. Then in here, it's got two roller gauze bandages. Because you could also use those to make a pressure dressing if you need to. Got a couple of swabs and stuff like that in there. Then on this side, I have 2 14-gauge IV catheters. Now what these are used for is if, let's say you get shot and your you get a collapsed lung, and you end up with a tension pneumo, as we would call it. And the only way to get you back to breathing and basically alive is to relieve that pressure in your chest. That's where these come in. I would then use one of these. I'm not going to get into the details of it because I'm not giving medical advice on YouTube. That's just asking for trouble. But basically you'd use these to it's called decompress the chest and let that pressure out so the lung could hopefully re-expand and you could start breathing again. That's what those are. Then I have what's called a nasal pharyngeal airway. Basically just a tube about 4 inches long that goes through your nose into the back of your throat and allows you to breathe if you have some kind of obstruction in your mouth, keeping you from breathing. Just some gauze, various sizes, a big, larger trauma pad, I have some large tegaderm dressings here that I could use to make what's called an occlusive dressing. And again, without getting into too many details, and basically it's another chest injury you can get from either getting shot, any kind of chest puncture. You can fall on something, it punctures your chest, blah blah blah. You get what's called a sucking chest wound, which means whenever you breathe, the air is actually sucking in through your chest, which is bad because you get blood and all kinds of other crap in there. So you use one of these to make an occlusive dressing, and that helps. Doesn't fix that problem, but it helps mitigate that problem until you get to the hospital and get to surgery. And to go along with those, actually no, I don't have that in here, sorry, my bad. This guy here is a burn dressing. Just a wet burn dressing with burn gel on it. So that's it for that kit. I hate repacking this. It's going to be fun. Next we go to this black one, which has, as you can see, 2 things on the front here. These are CAT tourniquets, or combat applied tourniquet. These are made for one person, like myself, to apply this to me with one hand. So I got shot in the leg, or I got shot in the arm, or even I slice an artery in my leg. I could then grab this, take this off, put it on my thigh, and apply a tourniquet to stop the bleeding and hopefully save my life. But in the context I carry it for, it's for someone else. So if I come upon a stabbing, a shooting, anything like that, even, like I said, even a car accident even. I've seen these used in car accidents where somebody severed an artery in their leg in a car accident, and using one of these saved them. So I carry 2 of those on the outside of my pouch here. When you open this up, got another one inside. I got 2 more 14 gauge IV catheters, roller gauze, triangular bandage because you can use that for making pressure dressing. I have a brick of compressed gauze. For packing a wound. What else we got? Okay, I got another nasopharyngeal airway. In this kit, I carry 2 hemostats, or clamps. This is for, God forbid, somebody's bleeding so bad that, let's say the tourniquet's not working, or they've been bleeding so long that they don't have a lot of blood left and the tourniquet's not even an option. And it's one of those, oh shit, either you do something now or they're going to die situations. That's where those come in to clamp a vein, an artery. Not going to get into detail, but leave it at that. Coming up here, just another large gauze dressing. Here I have an Asherman chest seal. That's for a sucking chest wound. But instead of making up my own with the tegaderms, this is actually a made for it product. I have a small dressing impregnated with quick clot. which is a chemical hemostatic agent, which if you're bleeding like a stuck pig, and I really need to get you to stop right now, you shove that in there, and it chemically cauterizes the wound and promotes clotting, and hopefully will stop the bleeding. And then behind it is a 2-pack of high fin chest seals. Just like the Asherman chest seal or the Tegaderm occlusive dressing, it does the same thing. It's just a different brand name and a little bit different style of how it's produced. But besides that, that's it there. And with that, that goes ahead and wraps up this particular kit. Like I said, I have one more kit that only has really one thing in it, but I don't have it out yet, so I'm going to clean this up, clean up my area. I'll bring out that last kit, and we'll wrap up the video. Alright, we're all cleaned up here, so now this brings us to our last case, which is the biggest case, and this one I don't always carry it, especially now in my, I bought a car, so there's not the same amount of trunk space as when I use the SUV, so that's why this tends to not be in the car at least. But nice big case here on wheels with a handle. But anyway, right to it. And that is my vest. I also have a pair of goggles in here. Nothing special. I just keep the vest in this box to protect it from UV sunlight and, you know, dampness, rain, that sort of thing. But that's it right there. It's basically like a critical threat type vest. It's not loaded out with any mag pouches, anything else like that. It's basically like an assault type vest. It's got the shooter cut plates. They're not just big and square and get in your way, things like that. The plates in it are ceramic. They're not the steel plates. These are ceramic NIJ level 4 plates. So, and these have padding on the back too to help with a blunt force of a bullet strike. So it doesn't. It'll still hurt, but it won't. Supposedly, it won't hurt as much. So it'll kind of blunt that impact. So this has the front plate, back plate. It's even got an emergency drag handle. If you were to go down and get hurt, somebody can just grab this, drag you off. It's got the adjustable shoulder straps you can see here, and these straps are padded, so you can make a few adjustments. It adjusts a few inches, and like I said, that's more comfortable for the wear. And the nice thing with this plate carrier too is on the inside, these are pads. So there's four pads in the front and the back, which just makes wearing this every day, or whenever you wear it, a bit more comfortable. So, along with the front and back plates, when I got this vest, I also added here on the side, these are side plates. These are also made of ceramic. As you can see, they're a lot thinner. But these are actually, those are NIJ level 3 plus. So, it's not quite as strong as the front or back, but it'll still stop a lot. It'll stop pretty much any handgun and a bunch of rifle rounds, and they're also stab rated. So if you were to try to stab with a knife, it's rated to stop that. The level 4 plates basically stop all handgun rounds and a large amount of rifles, including your 223s or 5.56 NATO, even the 7.62 NATO or 308s, things like that. I don't know the exact limitations on this. You could look it up. You could Google it. Here, I'll tell you what the NIJ level 4 standard is. Give you a better idea, but it stops a lot. This is the stuff the SWAT guys wear, and similar to the stuff the Army guys even wear. So it stops a lot. It's very protective. So, but other than that, that goes ahead and wraps up the boxes I carry in my trunk and what's in them and why, for the most part. So and the best answer I can give anybody: well, why do you carry the vest, or why do you carry this or that? Because it either seems like a good idea, it never hurts to have it, or I've been in a situation where having it would have been useful, helpful, made life easier, whatever the case may be. So, well, with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. As always, thanks for watching Zack's MRE Review channel. Please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down bottom. Feel free to like the video, leave me some comments. And other than that, I will see you on the next video. So everyone stay safe out there, and goodbye till next time.